Welcome to the Hamilton Mansion at the Woodlands. Come on in. Welcome to the north entrance of the mansion. Most visitors would have arrived in carriages and entered on this side of the house. First room we are entering is the vestibule of the house. This domed space is the central access point of the house, and from this space you get glimpses into all the other grand rooms of the house: the drawing room, dining room, and saloon. The saloon mainly existed for the formal reception and entertainment of guests. Located at the center of the house and thus receiving a great amount of air circulation, the saloon was also a place of refuge during hot summer months. Both documentary evidence and surviving fabric attest to the widespread use of mirrored doors, windowed shutters, and panels throughout the house's public rooms. This expanse of mirrors contributed to the creation of a magical, light-filled world in which his uniquely shaped rooms appeared all the more exciting to visitors experiencing light and reflection in extremely novel ways. This is what I'm talking about. From the saloon, we have entered the portico. The portico is considered an extension of the house, and in nice weather would have been decorated like any other room in the house. A chaise lounge would have been brought out here, and it would have been a perfect place to enjoy a glass of Madeira at the end of a long, hot summer day. The portico would have been seen by people traveling both up and down the Schuylkill River and would have made quite a statement. The Woodlands was so important in its time that it had its very own plates. It is the only domestic architecture featured in Staffordshire transferware scenes of Philadelphia collection. In addition to the dining room, drawing room, and saloon, there were two other small rooms on the first floor that were called the Southwest and Southeast Cabinet Rooms. The Southeast cabinet was planned to display art from the beginning. Instead of plaster, the walls were fitted with wood to make hanging art easy. An account said, "On every side, the living canvas speaks. The walls are decorated with the works of several of the ancient painters from the Italian, Dutch, and Flemish schools, many of which are of great merit." One account states that there are over 56 paintings hanging on the walls in this room. When the house is being built, the contractors, or head carpenter, John Childs, and his crew used this wall as their chalkboard for constructing the house. These wooden walls would have been the perfect spot for that, so there are pencil markings all over these walls that are very difficult to see that give us physical evidence of what was happening here at the time. Included in that, on this wall, it says Philadelphia, May 19th, 1788, and it also has John Childs' signature. There are all kinds of notations and molding profiles and math that they were working out as they were figuring out the complicated geometry needed to build this house. The two standard 18th century public rooms, the drawing room and dining rooms, balanced one another on the north side of the house. In period English examples, these rooms were often paired for convenience of the entertaining ritual whereby men remained in the dining room after dinner and women retired to the drawing room. Let's head downstairs to the service spaces. There are 4 major rooms in the cellar: the steward's office, kitchen, servant's hall, and the cook's room. The area opposite the cook's room is the steward's office, which is well lit and would have been well secured since there are iron bars on the hallway window. Currently in the kitchen, which is right below the dining room. William Hamilton was a fan of French food, and so he had a French cook stove in his house. Each one of these 5 burners would have had individual fires built in them to keep them at whatever temperature was needed. There would have been grates on top that the pots would have sat on. We do not have the grates anymore, but we're really excited we still have this remnant of the Hamilton kitchen. There are also a few other cool remnants left in the kitchen. Ignore the heating systems, etc. as we walk through, but the kitchen had a sink. We still have the sink from the 18th century kitchen. And this was the hearth. We still have the swing arm and the remnants of the hearth and the fireplace back from the kitchen as well. Half of the mansion's interior space is designated for service function, including a large cellar which consisted of 13 separate spaces, along with the attic, the top floor, and portions of the first and second floors designed to conceal servants' movements throughout the house. So we're in the garret of the house now. This would have been where the servants who lived in the house slept. There are several bedrooms up here, and we also have great views out into the landscape and the cemetery from up here. We're going to head up to the roof so that you can see those too. Well, that's the end of the tour of the Hamilton Mansion. Thank you for joining us, and we hope you can visit in real life sometime soon.